Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more Mount & Blade to Bannerlord. Today I'm going to be diving in with some mods I think you should definitely be using in your next War Sales campaign. Some of these mods are also save game compatible, if not all of them are actually save game compatible I believe. However, I would always recommend backing up your save just in case. And these are mods that have, as I said, all been updated and generally will be updated very fast. So again, if there is a new patch, Bannerlord is updating quite regularly at the moment. So with that obviously comes mods not being compatible anymore. But as I said, these mods have really been like jumping ahead every single minor update. They have also been just completely updating alongside that. I still think it's going to be a little while till we see much more of the larger mods update. A lot of them are in the slow process of changing from 1.2 to 1.3. However, until then, you can have a lot of fun with vanilla and these minor mods to help enhance your campaign. Real quick though, before we do dive in and take a look at the first one, a word from today's sponsor. Have you ever wanted to adjust the rules of your Bannerlord campaign right in the heat of combat? Or maybe you've been frustrated by leveling up too slowly or the game speed feeling just a little too sluggish for your liking, but you don't want to start the stress of modding the game yourself? Then today's video sponsor, Wand, is the perfect solution. Wand gives you the one-click answer to all your gameplay problems. You can give yourself unlimited health, adjust the movement speed of your character, boost your gold, change your player stats, and so much more. You can even set the game speed, all with a simple flick of a switch. And that's not all. Wand also gives you an interactable world map letting you quickly find resources, workshops, towns, villages, and even place your own custom markers. If this sounds great for Bannerlord, then just imagine the possibilities across 3,500 plus games in their catalogue, including games like Crusader Kings 3 and many of the Total War titles. Wand also automatically detects your game library, letting you jump straight into the action so you can play with all your new powers. You can try Wand for free right now using my link in the description, so what are you waiting for? Once again, a massive thank you to Wand for sponsoring this video. Alright, so number one is the Banner Editor by Block. It's an awesome mod, and of course Bannerlord is called Bannerlord for a reason, and it's always a real shame the lack of customizability actually in the Banner Maker, because it's a big part. It's how you identify your clan throughout the campaign and then your kingdom later on in the campaign. Well, this mod allows you to basically add lots of layers. You can utilize stuff like the better banner selection as well. That's another mod, or banner CC I think it's called, which adds in loads of different types into the game for you to mess around with. But Banner Editor, the one we're looking at today, allows you to add layers to it and obviously customize it like so. So again, you can kind of adjust the positioning of each layers. There's a nice little background one right here, which I think is really nice. This adds, I think, a lot to it. And again, you can just have some fun here kind of customizing your banner. I think there's a lot of stuff that you can kind of do with it and kind of obviously adjust it. The more icons you get as well with different things as well, I think would be really awesome to mess around with. There's lots more colors as well, so if you want to kind of customize the actual like kind of specific banners, where it's the back stuff like this, I think this is quite nice as well, being able to change how this looks as well. You can get some really cool designs in there, and again changing all of the colors here as well, adding in as many layers as you want. There's like so much you can actually do with this, and you can even just randomize it as well. Lol JK, it crashes if you try and randomize it, so I recommend not clicking that. But the point still stands. It's an awesome mod where you can add in a whole wealth of very cool mechanics, create some really cool banners to obviously just represent you and your kingdom as you continue on in your conquest of Calradia. Okay, so the next mod I want to take a look at is a already established mod, but this one has been reinvented by someone else and has kind of brought it back up to date with the current patches of Bannerlord patch 1.3.9, and I imagine future ones as well. That does mean it does come with some bugs and issues, but they have been fixed pretty quickly as people report them. And again, this is just such a classic. This is the Enlisted mod. Many of you may remember something similar with Serve as a Soldier, but the Enlisted mod takes a nice little fresh look at the whole system. And I think it's one of the most requested features in all of Bannerlord, is being able to actually join up with lords, add and fight by their side. Really simple to do. All you have to do is offer your sword and you can jump up and boom, now I am in his army. Much like Serve as a Soldier, you can obviously join up as a serviceman. You'll get kills, you'll rank up as you progress through the game. As you get more kills, you'll level up, being able to unlock better gear, equipment, earn money, earn experience points. And then when you're ready, you can obviously leave the actual kind of accompaniment Also fully operational with naval battles as well. Naval battles are quite hard to get in general, I think. However, you're going to be able to do that when you are in a Lord's army. If they get engaged in a naval battle, you will obviously join that naval battle as a simple soldier. On top of that, there are also other things to do as you progress through the game. So if we go and take a look right here, you can actually see your term remaining. So you are basically signing a contract to join this lord for a set amount of days, which again I really like, and I love that it's visible right here. You can also see the actual party objective you're doing right now, so you can see if you're going to war or anything. If you visit the Master at Arms, you'll be able to actually select the equipment of said level that you're at. So for example, we're only tier 1 right now, so we can only be a Nord youngling in battle. However, as we progress through the game, we'll be able to unlock the higher ones and then hopefully get to the Nord berserkers and other really elite soldiers. On top of that, we can also go to the Quartermaster and get specific weapons. If there's like a specific weapon, obviously we don't have much to actually pick right now. You can also see as well the actual kind of cost of these weapons as on this left hand side if you want to see that. And then finally, you can also do duties. This will give you experience throughout the game. So again, for example, if we go to this one right here, just being an enlisted, will gain experience for every single non-formation skill. Below that, forager will give us access to skill, charm, roguery, trade. I think sentry is going to be scouting tactics, and then you got your other ones as well, which will give you some more stuff. Then as you progress and you hit tier 3, you'll be able to take a profession, and this will give you more bonuses in certain skills. So it's a nice way of still leveling up, even though you can't actually do these stuff. So again, it's a nice addition, and lets you kind of customize your character to a nice little effect. Finally, once your term is up, you'll have the choice of either re-signing for a large signing bonus if you feel like you're not quite ready to head off into the wilderness by yourself with your new famed armor and glory and money, or you can go ahead and just decide to leave and not reinstate your term and basically just go off on your own and kind of do your own thing. It's a really awesome mod, and one I'm very excited to see. Hopefully the mod are taking feedback of stuff we've always wanted to see in Serve as a Soldier and implementing it into this, whether it's drilling soldiers or having more side quests to do when the AI is running around and not really doing much, not at war, etc. So yeah, having stuff to do like that is always really cool, and hopefully the modder does look to expand that. But yeah, Serve as a Soldier works with naval battles. Yeah, go check out Enlisted again, link down below in the description. Okay, and then the final mod I want to show off is a mod that we all know and love, RTS Camera. However, this has been re-envisioned for the War Sales update, and in a whole wealth of amazing new features, especially the new command feature as well. So not only can you, of course, zoom out, go slow-mo, and take a nice little glimpse of the battlefield, survey it and everything. However, now with the new command system, you can actually do some really cool stuff. So for example, I want to send my soldiers here. Now it's a lot more, these soldiers right here. Yeah, now it's a lot more visual about what soldiers are going where, and you can actually see that quite effectively, which is always really nice. However, if you press shift, you can now actually chain up commands and kind of set them up so that you actually see where they're going, and you'll be able to see this like nice little path of their progression. So this mechanic as a whole is just awesome because you can really set up some like very cool stuff. Like you can basically, by just holding shift, like actually end up having like all of these like formations moving in cohesion. You can set stuff up very effectively. I think it's really nice with cavalry. So like for example, I could send my cavalry goes like here, and then I tell them to charge. So they'll go to this position and then they'll charge, and then I could probably tell them to do this after that, and then I can tell them to charge again, and then I can tell them to do this, and then I can tell them, like, you can actually set up like these hammer and anvils and these other things, which is just absolutely incredible, and this is such a nice update. On top of that, there's also the entire, if you press L when you're here, by the way, you can come to config and change up all the keys and stuff to make it so that you can queue commands. Obviously right now we've got ours on left shift. You can toggle target commands, you can change and keep formations, which again is really nice actually. Keep formation is, for example, let's get everybody into position really quickly with the triple speed mechanic. Yeah, so we'll wait for these guys to get into position really quickly, which should be any second now. Yeah, so what I could do is I could select everybody, and then if I press, I think it's control, and then push up, you can see they keep formation. So how annoying is it a lot of the time when you're moving your forces forward and you like have to keep on dragging, okay, I want my infantry here again, and the archers, I want them behind them again, and every time you move you do it. Well, now with control, when you select everybody and just press that, they'll keep up in that formation. I mean, obviously if you press shift as well, they'll then queue up and you can just do, look how amazing that is. It's awesome. You can also change stuff like highlights as well. So if you want ground markers on soldiers or highlights when you select them is always nice. I think it would be nice. I'm not sure if there is a key for it. I was looking for it and I couldn't quite see it down here in the command system. I think it would be nice if there was a option to actually see, to see certain things. For example, when I don't have soldiers connected, I can't, I don't know where they're going. It would be nice if there was a button I could press and I can't see it, which would just basically highlight these formations for me instead of having to select the unit. It'd be nice if I could just press it and it would show me all these orders rather than just pressing 0, like a tab or something else. Finally, as well, of course, you do have the, when you die and stuff, that you will come back as an ally if these guys are even going to attack. Boys, I'm literally come on. Gotta prove my point. I think we're just busy trying to fight. All right, here we go. Cool. So, yeah, you also have the ability as well to come back as any soldier as well, which is nice. It automatically does it. And again, this all works with naval battles as well. When you fight with naval battles, all the glorious stuff. I also like as well the camera is a bit further out as well, which is nice. But again, you can zoom out as well if you want to. So you can zoom out. You can set up your orders. So again, you can set ships to do certain stuff when you are doing this as well. When you're in this little mode right here, your ship is also being AI controlled as well, I believe. So yeah, you can move around and everything, and you have the same, basically the same abilities as you do. It's not as visual, I would say, at sea, which is a bit harder to see kind of where you're shifting and clicking. So hopefully that is something that they can implement just to make it so it's a bit more kind of obvious where you're putting the soldiers are and your boats, etc. But still, how incredible is that land stuff with the new RTS camera? As I mentioned, I'll leave a link to all of these down below in the description so you guys can check it out. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video. Obviously, these are just some minor mods that I think you should definitely be implementing into your next campaign, but all of them will enhance the campaign itself massively, and I highly, highly recommend using them. Even if you just pick one or two, all of them will be linked down below in the description. So yeah, go check them out and have some fun. As I said, they're all updated for 1.3.9, and I think will quite regularly be updated for future ones in future patches. Once again, a big thank you to Wand for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to go check them out using the link as well down below in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one.